taking your time while lighting a cigar, it's not just for show. Although it may not seem like it, but there's actually a purpose behind the method of lighting your cigar to ensure that you don't mess up the flavors, have any burn issues, or anything else that could ruin your cigar experience. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Sigmanado channel. My name is AJ, and it all starts with the light up. It's the first thing you do, and it plays a major role on how that cigar experience evolves. So I want to make sure that you light up that cigar properly, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that with the two main different types of flames. First up, you've got your torch lighter. You can have a single flame, double flame, triple flame. There's so many different types of torch lighters, but one thing you got to keep in mind is that that blue flame is extremely hot, and the stronger the flame, the quicker you're going to have to be about lighting up your cigar. So the first step in the cigar lighting process is what we call toasting the foot. And this is a lot like toasting a marshmallow, let's say. What you do is you bring the cigar close to the tip of the flame without ever actually touching the flame. And then you go at it in a circular motion, lighting up just the foot, being careful not to burn any of the outside wrapper or anything like that, and also not to make any hot spot. You want to get that entire foot burning and glowing red evenly. Personally, I just like to toast the foot if at all possible and get the cigar going that way. This is something I picked up from the Sahakians. They did an episode with Kirby Allison on YouTube where he talked about what he called the virgin puff. And that's where you just toast the foot of the cigar and then you take that first puff without ever stoking it or getting that flame too hot. And I found this to be extremely satisfying and the best way for me to light my cigars. It's something I definitely recommend you try. However, it's not always possible to light your cigar this way. Just the conditions might not be there for it. Sometimes your cigar can be too humid, and sometimes you just need to light up your cigar quickly. So let's just continue with the process. After you toast the cigar, the next step is to stoke it. So what you do is you bring the cigar up, you hold it in your mouth, and you're gonna bring the flame up as well without ever touching the cigar. So the same way you toasted it and you kept the flame away from the foot, you want to keep that same distance. And then what you do is you take a couple puffs and you should get some combustion of flame right there to make sure that the cigar is well lit. And when you get that combustion, what you do is you rotate it, let's say quarter of the way or half of the way, and you repeat another puff and stoke again. And just check the bottom of the foot of the cigar, see if it's all lit. If there's any black spots or anything like that that are not burning yet, you can give it another toast, or you can bring it up and aim it right onto that area that's not lit yet and give it another stoke as well. So just make sure you don't go overboard with this. You don't want to scorch your cigar and really just get it really cooking. So what you do is try to find that balance to just make sure it's lit. And once it's lit, you're good. Don't overdo it. The other common flame to use for lighting up your cigar is going to be with a soft flame lighter. Now, there are many different soft flame lighters out there. You can use anything from a Bic lighter to those very expensive DuPont lighters. What's important is that they use clean butane. The one thing you want to definitely avoid is Zippo lighters or anything that uses lighter fluid. The fluid in there is extremely strong and it will leave some odors in your cigar and mess with that flavor, and you want to avoid that. I love a soft flame lighter, especially if you have the time and you're indoors. This is a great way to light your cigar so that you make sure you don't scorch that tobacco and get it too hot. And that's simply because the flame on a soft flame is going to be much lower degrees than a blue flame torch lighter. So there's a nice benefit to lighting your cigar with this. And the method is basically the same. You're going to toast it. So same process with that. You bring the cigar close to the flame without ever touching the flame and get that roast going, kind of like you're toasting a marshmallow. With a soft flame, any little gust of wind or something like that will send it every which way. So you got to be careful to avoid burning any of the wrapper on the outside. You don't want to burn any of that. That's where most of your flavor is going to be coming from. So you don't want to get that burned before you actually smoking it. And with a soft flame, keep in mind that even toasting it is going to take quite a bit longer So just got to have some patience for that right there. And so after you've toasted it, you've got that foot glowing and red. Now it's time to give it a good stoke to get that burn going properly. And again, it's the same process. Hold the cigar to your mouth, bring the flame up just close enough to get the foot of the cigar burning without touching it with the flame. Give it a stoke, rotate the cigar, give it another stoke, and make sure that the entire foot of the cigar is glowing hot and red, and you are good to go. And of course, don't overdo it when you're stoking the cigar. You don't want to torch all of that tobacco. So these are the two main different types of lighters, but you can also use matches to light your cigar as well. Just make sure that when you strike the match and that sulfur combusts, you let it all dissipate before you use the flame to light your cigar. Don't want any of that flavor contaminating your cigar. So you're probably going to need a few matches, or if you have one of those longer matches, to really repeat the same process of toasting it and stoking the cigar properly. And if you really want the true cigar aficionado experience, then you're going to want to get your hands on some Cedar Spills. If you're at a cigar lounge, they probably have some laying around. So you start the Cedar Spill, get that burning, and what you would do is the same process as you would for a soft flame. And you can try lighting your cigar that way as well. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the other cigar videos on my channel. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.